Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
This is a project I have been waiting to do for quite a while now. A couple of videos back I mentioned when I was installing my inverter and the batteries that this little tech room was getting quite warm, and we do need some sort of air handling, some ventilation and conditioning basically. In the US you see all the Mr. Cool units, and they're all for DIYers, and they're all pre-charged tubes, pre-charged between the outdoor unit and the indoor unit. And I was searching everywhere for them, and up popped on Facebook a company called AIRTON, and they do normal air conditioning units, but they also sell the actual pre-charged tubes that go between them. And they were doing a deal. The deal was half price on this actual unit here. So this unit, which includes the outdoor unit, was about 250 euros from 600, I think it was. But the actual the tube was nearly 200 just for that. And then of course it says here option Wi-Fi. Why don't they just have the Wi-Fi? That was an extra 99, but I took it. So I'm really chuffed a bit. And this is what we're going to install in this little room here. But I think it'll be big enough that when we open the door, it'll just flood into the rest of the garage. So let's have a look at him. So that's the unit. Let's get him out of the bag. Coming from the UK, it's not really needed. And in France, they've only just started last year because of the heat we had. There was an overwhelming surge on air conditioning sales. So they must have really stocked up heavily on these. And then at the end of the season, they probably had a load and stuck it on Facebook. But it took nearly 3 weeks to deliver. And when I contacted them, they said they were just overwhelmed. I'm not surprised with the half price. Let's just have a look on the front. This is the smallest unit I could find. But it's still about 2.7 kilowatt. This was half the price of the whole air conditioning unit for this tiny little Wi-Fi unit. Now I'm assuming I may as well just put this in here straight away. It goes in this top part here. That's the mains in there. Where does it go then? Instructions. Let's have a look. But this is where it's going to go. Hopefully near enough. There. There we go. It's a 4 meters. Yeah. 4 meters long. It's already got the insulation. Yeah, looking forward to this. I've watched so many videos on this Mr. Cool stuff that this is going to be quite exciting. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Nice looking unit. It's got an A++ rating, which I assume is good. But one of the main criteria we had is got to run off our solar battery and solar panels. So that's why I went for the smallest unit possible, and I'm hoping it will all run perfectly. Most of the sun is in the day where it gets hot. hopefully this will run with the panels, and then in the night time, if it needs in the winter a little bit of heat at night, then it will warm up. But so far, just with those 5 kilowatt batteries, we've not dropped below 90%. We don't use a lot in here, of course, but this will probably put it to the test.
So
it's only 5mm ply. Right, I'm putting the bracket on, but before I put the bracket on, I put on this 5mm plywood basically, just as a veneer to go over the OSB, because this is my main tool wall. Again, I'll put a little bit underneath here as well, just so this wall is different to the rest. But before I drill any holes, I needed to get this up. Right, now the more difficult part is where to drill the big hole. Now they're saying, okay, so that is 180 from that edge is there. And then the center, so that will be at that point, and that will be the bottom of the hole, which is going to be 60, which is there, which means 3 there. And I've got to make sure, I've had to position this as well, because I've got a massive big metal beam across here and across the top here. So I've had to put this a little higher, 2 centimeters higher than it should be, to avoid this big metal beam here. So I'm going to put a pilot hole first, and I'm supposed to go at a slight angle down. Insulation. Be okay.
So before Ian goes too much further with fitting this aircon unit, I'm just going to get a coat of varnish on. Now it's a stain, just to blend it in, otherwise I'm trying to work round the unit and I don't trust myself with the paintbrush.
Alright, so now just joining all of these tubes. This is the condensation. Hi, good morning. We're back. And I've had reply back from customer services from AIRTON. That was pretty quick because I only sent it yesterday evening. I took photos of this saying there was no cable for the Wi-Fi module, and they've come back with a big list of instructions how to take all of this off to actually get to it. So I'm going to take all of this off again, pull the cables back through, put it on the bench, and I'm going to take the whole casing off to get to this one cable. So it's a bit annoying, but at least they got back to me quite quickly. No, still can't see.
I think it's missing totally.
one goes to there. Oh, there it is.
You found it?
Yeah.
That's nowhere where you were looking yesterday.
It was supposed to be, that was it there, look. So, there's no way we'd have found that.
No.
There we go. Ugh, that was supposed to be dangling there, basically. So here I go, hopefully for the last time. And then I can get on with the outdoor unit. Here's some cables. Hold on, now the tube. Hold on. Pull it steady. And again, keep going. Black cable as well. That's it. And the tube together. That's it. Right, the pipes are going to come through. Hold on. And then that. Right, we're just trying to position the outdoor unit now.
Right, foreman, come to
Hello,
check.
Mr. Folks. Plan of action is to raise it up on these blocks, so they will just sit like that. Yeah. It's got little rubber feet. So those will go on the base.
So busy doing plan 2. We found some quite smaller blocks. Unfortunately, our big granite blocks that we had, they were perfect, but we didn't realise that there was rubber feet actually to go on the base of the unit as well. So therefore, it made the height just too high, just that tiny little bit too high. So we found some other concrete blocks lying around that we can use. So we'll cut those down. And hopefully, fingers crossed, with the rubber feet on, it all works out fine.
45. I'm going to go 40.
Searching for lizards.
Alright, I'm just connecting up the electrical. These are the pre-pressured pipes, ready clean they're called. So I'm just going to straighten them out. I don't need that much. So you have to coil the rest of it behind the machine. Does it matter which one? Right, it has got different threads. That's my worry there. In this sun I couldn't see it. Right, so screw them on by hand first. Get this other one hand tight and then I'll tighten them up with the spanner. I think I just heard something. And then the last thing is to release the pressure into the actual unit. So you take these little covers off. And then open it up with this Allen key. Put them back on. Right, my turn to, now it's time to see if it works. Right, the big switch on. It is roasting as well, so it's a good test for it. Whew. It's supposed to be a miserable day today, but as soon as that cloud clears, that sun is still hot. Right, here we go. So I'm going to turn on the main breaker, which is on. And now the aircon. Oh, numbers. And a... Right, turn on. Oh, Julie.
Oh, we got movement.
See what happens.
We've never had air conditioning.
There's air.
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
Let's just get the temperature down. I just went outside and double checked. The one pipe's freezing cold and the other one is just now getting cold, and this is proper cold air now.
No, I can feel chilly cold on my legs.
Let's see that swing happens. Oh yeah, that works. Ah, it's going to make this room perfect. For the batteries, the solar, and for us, because this also heats, it's an air pump. So heat or cool. So in the winter when we're freezing outside, we can come in here, shut the door and just get a bit of warmth in while having a coffee. God, I can remember the days when we were sat out there in a tarpaulin with a gas bottle and gas heater, absolutely freezing.
Jude, there's a bit of a draft. You need to seal that gaps up a little bit.
Oh my God, we are hilarious. We're sitting here with that little gas heater on. Da, 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 da. Oh, we've got a view with the wind.
And now we've got a space age tech room with aircon and full electric. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. Oh, that's lovely now.
My ankles are really chilly standing here. It definitely works.
It's probably hardly taking anything. So there's 500 of lights. That's 200 watts. This is taking at the moment. Little Wi-Fi lights on as well. So I'll have to get that connected up to the app. As you know, I've asked in the comments, you know, basically, does anyone know of a DIY air conditioner unit? And the Mr. Cool ones in the States, we've seen, as I said, many, many times. And then suddenly this popped up on Facebook, half price because it was end of season sale. Plus, when I looked at their website, it had that Ready Clim, the pre-pressurized hoses. So that is the reason we went for this one. It's the smallest version. You can get lots of them, but this is the smallest version. And as you just saw, it's only a couple of hundred watts of power. So the batteries will be able to run this all day, all night. So really, really happy. Well, pretty pleased with that. So I'll put it on some concrete blocks. I've got my rubber feet for the vibration. The conduit is all neat and tidy. I'll just put a little block of wood because it was so close to the side here, but that's all on now. Behind is the excess, because the only size of this you can, well, the smallest size is 4 meters, and of course I only needed about 2. And then the only thing I've got to do really is just route this condensation drain. So I'll get a proper piece of pipe, grey pipe, and route that into there. But otherwise, it seems to work fine. So it's cooled that down to 18 degrees in that little room. Yeah, so pretty happy with that. My first ever aircon install. Woohoo! Just a quick update on the tow bar for my Renault Kangoo. In the last video, I think I showed you that we'd taken it to a specialist tow bar installer in Toulouse, and they'd installed it and they'd taped the cable up underneath, and it basically didn't work. The indicators didn't work at all. So I took it back, and he thought that it was a little box, this one here. He said, oh, we just need to replace that, and that'll be all good to go. So they sent the box within a week, so I put that in, no change whatsoever. So I thought, right, let's just strip the van out and let's have a good look of what's going on. So I took all my side panels out, took the bumper off, as you can see there, and he basically installed the whole cable wiring harness the wrong way round. So I've reinstalled it. As you can see, it's labeled here left for the left of the car, and we'll go over here, and it's labeled right for the right of the car, and he'd put them totally wrong way round. So the plugs that need to go down to the bumper sensors down here were taped to the wall up here, the side panel of the car, because he had nowhere to tape them to. The connection here, which is the positive, and there's an actual plug readiness. Renault put this in, so when you do connect the tow bar, you just plug it in. He didn't have a live connection, a 12-volt connection, so he spliced it into here. You can see the little mark here that he used these horrible bloody connectors, you know, that you find in the DIY shops. Oh, what a mess. So I recontacted the specialist, customer services, went up there yesterday to basically get it done, but I asked for a different engineer to do it because this original guy basically cannot install this in a more wrong way. I mean, you had to really try hard to install this wrongly. Everything is labeled, the instructions are very, very clear, and the cables actually run along the back of the bumper here, not taped to the underside of the roof. I turned up and he was the only guy there. He said, right,
the customer services have told me to get all this working, and then you will sign a certificate to say that it all works. And you know, it was very arrogant, aggressive, and I just couldn't do it. I could not allow him to touch my car again. I asked for his boss, and he actually said he was the boss. At that point, we just drove away. So I've contacted the company. I've asked for a full refund. Whether I get that or not, I don't know. The wiring harness doesn't work. I've reinstalled it. I've reconnected all the cables he's cut, because he cut cables to extend them because they didn't fit, because it was the wrong way round. The little box, I think, must have had a fault originally, and in the wiring. So when I put in the new box, I think that blew that little box as well. So I went to Renault this morning and I got the original OEM part. This is original Renault part, full wiring harness, and it was 10 euros cheaper than this one here. 10 euros cheaper than a replacement. And this one, instead of this little box, just has a relay, which you'd expect, you know, in a car. I don't know what this does. I can't find any information. The website doesn't exist anymore, and I can't find any pinouts or anything. I've searched through, so I know which most of these are by just doing continuity tests between them. But right, so this morning's job is to get this installed, and I'll hopefully show you the outcome. So that installation went well. It's all in. Look, it's perfect. We just plug and play. Every single plug had a place to plug into, and it worked no problem whatsoever. The cable is all hidden under the bumper there. There's no cables up underneath here as there was with that guy who did it. So I've just been with the trailer and tested it all. Everything works perfectly. So job done, but I'm now fighting with this company to try and get my money back, at least for the installation and the wiring harness. I don't mind paying for the actual tow bar itself, but they're supposed to be specialists. It is the only function they have is to install tow bars, and this is a pretty common vehicle in France. So I wonder how many have gone out the door just hacked, but hidden behind the carpets or the roofing felt or whatever. But in a van you can't hide anything, and yeah, I found it. Right, let's get back up to that plot, get these stools installed and have a coffee.
We've had a great week installing this aircon unit into the tech room.
A bonus just to find it in France. I googled Mr. Cool and up came AIRTON, as well as being on the Facebook page. So really pleased to have found it, and to install it so easily was just a bonus. So first time I've ever installed an air conditioning unit, and it's gone perfectly.
So this now enables us to keep the tech room as our clean room. We can bring all our technical drawings in here, study them. We've got somewhere clean and dry.
And warm.
Warm.
Because the temperature has just dropped, and we are now going to be starting to work outside on the foundations and the retaining wall. So this is just somewhere nice to come into, grab a cup of coffee, study the drawings, and then probably not want to go back outside. So if you like these videos, please share them.
Don't forget Julie's cheeky thumbs up always.
Hit the subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye from the Pyrenees.